Joe and the Pro. I'm opening the show this week because apparently my co-host, well, actually the host, can't do the intro and hit record at the same time. So I'm going to make sure that we don't have to do 2 takes this week.
Oh, welcome, Marco D'Angelo. How are you, brother? Still rolling in hoops?
Still rolling in hoops, rolling in football. It's just been a fun run. And you know what? You brought it up. Let's just get it out there. We've hit 7 straight in college basketball, 42-24 the last 35 days, all sports combined, for a profit of 62.20%. And I'm just going to give the listeners, give them a treat before we even start giving them winners. Mark it down, MD79. That's MD79. You use that coupon code, you can get 7 days of my plays for just $79. Can't beat it, bud.
Well, I can, Marco. I kind of own WagerTalk with you, and I can just log in and get it for free.
You don't jinx me.
You know what? I won't look. I won't even look at your play. I won't bet it. I won't look at it. Nothing. You're looking good today for Marco. So around a 2 out of 10.
Yeah. You're, I don't know. I hope it's not going to be the whole podcast, but you keep getting a little grainy on my end.
Oh, well, we'll live. Listeners, yeah, I see it now, dude. Wait, I think I can fix it. Hold on. Let me do something live. We're doing this live.
Oh God, Prez actually trying to do something technical live. Don't you have to have like an entire team, an army to do things for you?
He failed. Marco D'Angelo, we got 2 puck times today. 2 morning Joes today. One with you, and I have Aaron, the bookmaker from the Golden Nugget, who came on this morning. It's up at WagerTalk TV. It's a great show. We looked at all 4 NFL matchups, where the money's coming. We talked about parlays. We talked about teasers. And we also talked about buying half a point, which both him and I agree is an absolutely stupid proposition.
When the book is actually telling you it's a bad proposition, you know it's a bad proposition. They love to see the guys buy those extra halves.
Yeah, it's complete stupidity. Brother, let's just go through the NFL card tonight for this weekend. All 4 games. We'll talk real quick, and then I got to go. Super busy today. I've got to have lunch. I have an itch that needs to be scratched, so I got to see my woman, and then I got to hit the gym. A very busy day for me. Very busy day for you. No poker in there? Poker tomorrow, dude. I'm playing in the Chili Bowl.
The Chili Bowl?
Yeah, every year, second week or third week of January, my friend Colin hosts a 40-person tournament and makes the meanest, most awesomest, that's a word, I made it up, chili you've ever had. And I'm organizing a Super Bowl poker tournament. So anybody in Toronto who wants to join me for the Super Bowl poker tournament at Keele and Langstaff, let me know you're in.
There you go. And let me say it's a positive EV tournament.
Okay, enough with your shit. Kansas City -5. The over and under is 57. Everybody knows what I think about this game. What do you think?
I don't know what you think about this game. I haven't watched any of your shows yet this week. But
well, at least you said yet.
Yeah, at least I said yet, you know.
I mean, you're clearly going to watch them before you start doing your handicapping, right?
To go the other way? This one here, Prez, everybody's looking at the Colts, at how well they've played, 10-1 down the stretch. We know that. The defense has been the big surprise for the Colts this year. But let's be realistic. They have played an easy schedule. They've had a soft run of it to get to where they're at. Last week, they were able to shut down the Texans. Let's not forget that was Deshaun Watson's first playoff game. We saw first-year quarterbacks in the playoffs last week. 0-3 last week. It's not a good run, and I know they're facing another one here. Pat Patrick Mahomes' first playoff game, but he has been a different animal this year. This guy has done everything the Chiefs have asked of him and more. I don't think he's going to have any problem. Last week on this show right here, I gave the under in the Indianapolis game, and the reason for that was it was a division game. Those teams were playing for the third time, Prez. That's not the case here with Indy and KC. I'm going the other way this week. I'm going over the total in this one. I think you're going to see a lot of points in this game, and we know the history of the Chiefs in the playoffs. Andy Reid, after what happened last week with last year with the big lead in the playoff game at halftime, he's not taking his foot off the gas this year. You're going to see both teams going up and down the field in this one, I believe. I've got it projected at 63 points or more. I'm going over, buddy.
Love it, dude. Will be a very exciting game if that's the case. Let's talk about the Rams hosting Dallas, -7. Lots of money coming in on Dallas. The over and under is 49.5. We don't really know the true health of Gurley right now, and Jared Goff just hasn't been the same in the last 6 or 7 weeks. Where are you going on this game?
Well, as far as Todd Gurley goes, you know, he was dinged up at the end of the season. That was more of a precautionary measure to get him out of there and get him fresh for the playoffs. I think he's going to be just fine. We're talking about strength versus weakness here, and the Cowboys run the football very well, and they're going against the 28th ranked rushing defense. That's going to be a key for Dallas. If they're able to get a lead and run the football, play downhill, they're going to be able to stay in the game the whole way. The problem's going to be is if this Rams offense, now it hasn't been the same since Cooper Kupp had the injury and done for the season. He was the go-to guy for the Rams, and that was the leading target for Jared Goff. He is a guy that whenever the play broke down, he always looked for Kupp, and he bailed him out in those plays. The offense has not been the same since he's gone out. This is a spot, though, I think the Rams can get the win, get the lead. And if they get that lead and extend it to 2 scores, that takes Dallas out of that running game, Prez. I'm going to go ahead, take the Rams in this ball game, but I'll tell you where I'm really going to be a lot of plays. Teasing this one down. You're teasing the Rams down to just win the game. This is the round where the home team does dominate, have that week of rest, and the fact that the Rams did lose last year in the first round of the playoffs, you saw one thing that McVay did different this year. Other than Gurley, he didn't sit everybody in the final week of the season. And I think that cost him last year. He played guys that final week when they really didn't need that game. Look for the Rams to get it done on Sunday or Saturday.
He's Marco D'Angelo. I'm the Prez. Head over to WagerTalk.com and use the promo code MD79. You get a week of Marco's plays for $79, and there's nobody hotter right now. Nobody. The man is barely losing. And you know, Marco, I won't jinx your plays. Like, I will not bet your plays simply to not jinx you, brother.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Namaste. New England -4. What I love about this game is it's history versus reality. History is all over New England. Reality is all over the Chargers. The over and under is 47.5. They're expecting snow. I lean on the Chargers. I lean on the under. I'm always nervous betting against Tom Brady. It's one of my rules. Where are you going with this?
Well, you know, that's a good rule not to bet against Tom Brady because the last 3 years, Prez, when New England plays at home, if you blindly just bet the Patriots, 20-8 against the spread. I mean, that's a nice, tidy little profit for you there, blindly betting one team. And when you consider that they are not only blindly betting a team, you're blindly betting one of the most popular teams in the NFL where everybody jumps on board,
right.
The Patriots. So, you know, you're laying extra juice with them, not extra juice, extra line value. You're at a disadvantage usually. And with this spot, I got to agree with you. I got to go with the Chargers. The Chargers here come in with an offense and a defense. They're both top 10 teams offensively and defensively. That's not the New England Patriots. The Patriots are a team that they're a shell of what they were before. They don't have Josh Gordon. I think that's going to be a big problem moving forward for them. Finally, Brady and Gordon had a good rapport going, and he was able to stretch the field for the Patriots. He's gone now. Gronk is not Gronk of old. Gronk has not been 100%.
Nor is Edelman. I mean, Edelman's slow. He looks like he's slowed down.
So they don't have that element to stretch the field, and it's going to put pressure on Brady. He's not going to go downfield. They're going to have to dink and dunk it. And I look at the Chargers. Phillip Rivers, this is his best team that he has had in any of his playoff runs. And the fact that I know they're going West Coast, East Coast, back to the West Coast and back to the East Coast this week, that's not a great situation for teams, but it's the playoff, guys. You suck it up. You'll rest when the season's done. Don't worry about the travel.
Marco, I feel like you did listen to the NFL presidential address with me and Kelly, because you basically reiterated every damn point I made. The Chargers have been going west to east all year. They are 8-1 ATS on the road this year. The only time they lost on the road this year was when they took a bus. They are perfect.
Outside of the state of California, yes, sir.
Perfect off of a plane, and that includes London.
Yes.
Don't be afraid of the Chargers' travel schedule. This is a tough team, and I think the weather might help the Chargers because they're a run-heavy team with a much better run game than New England.
Can't disagree. And, Prez, you remember these two played last year. It was a 21-13 game. Patriots won at home, but the Chargers had every opportunity to win that ball game. And if you look at this year, the Chargers are way better than they were last year, and New England's taken a couple steps backwards this year. I think this is a toss-up game. You give me 4 points, I'll go ahead. Let's take the Chargers and have them move on.
New Orleans -8, Marco. Biggest number on the board. I think it's – look, I love Philadelphia right now. I think they have so much momentum. I think they're feeling great about themselves. The problem for Philly, period, is their secondary is letting in 66% completion percentage, and Drew Brees could have a field day.
Absolutely. You look last week, Mitchell Trubisky – first time in the playoffs, he throws for 303 yards, Prez, and as you said, a high percentage of the passes, and he had so many passes that, ended up guys dropping balls, or if he just hits them in stride, they go for a touchdown. What's Breeze going to do, as you said, against this secondary? Nick Foles, it's been a great story. St. Nick, he could run for mayor of Philadelphia right now and win in a landslide with what he's done. Philadelphia basically have been in playoff mode for a month. They had to win out to finish the season, the final 3 games, and then go ahead and go into Chicago and win, and then they get the lucky double doink at the end of the game to survive. I got to go with New Orleans. This is a big number. Obviously, they played earlier this season, and New Orleans crushed them. Now, it's not uncommon to have teams playing for another second time in a season, but it is uncommon to have a team get blown out 48-7 and then to see a rematch in the playoffs, because generally if a team loses that bad, they got to be pretty bad. They don't make the playoffs. But here is Philadelphia with the chance for revenge. How do they get back 41 points? I say it all the time. No team's as good as their best game, nor are they as bad as their worst game.
Never heard you say that in my life.
Yeah, only a gazillion times. But this is a spot where I think the same team does win again, having the extra week off. And one of the things that the Saints have this week, and I got this from our guy, Ralph. He does New Orleans radio every week. They get one of their big linemen back on the offensive line. And at the end of the season, they didn't have him, and that caused a lot of their protection problems. And we saw that offense not as efficient as it was earlier in the year. Expect that not to be the problem and see the Saints offense that we saw most of the season. I think Philadelphia is in trouble. I don't think the Philadelphia defense can hold up to this Saints offense. I lean to the Saints minus the points, but like I said in the Rams game, I'm going to have a ton of teasers involving the Saints.
Marco, I forgot to hit record.
Now I'm going to punch you right in the face.
Yeah, baby! Get the hell out of here, brother. I got too much to do today. Good luck this week. I love you, man. You're the best.
All right, Prez. Have a good one.